Hi and welcome to the video. I'm Dame and this is Dame Over, and today we're taking a look at another of the new snipers from the Turning Tides DLC. This time it's the turn of the Type 38 Arisaka. I'll give you a quick lowdown of the stats, give you a full review, and then give you some tips and tricks that I've found have been really useful in helping me do well with this gun. So if you find this video useful or entertaining, make sure you hit that like button before you go. Right, let's get to it. So the Type 38 Arisaka is in the bolt action category of sniper rifles, making it the same as all of the others available to you bar the Martini-Henry and the Russian 1895. And unlike its Turning Tides DLC cousin, the Carcano M91 carbine, which I made a guide and review for yesterday, I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to check it out. Unlike the Carcano, it does actually have a one-shot sweet spot, so it plays far more like the other snipers in the scout class. Its damage figures are similar to most of the other snipers, with a max of 100 and minimum of 80, making it the same as the Lebel, the SMLE and the M1903 to name just a few. It's got a standard 5 rounds per full reload with a muzzle velocity of 770 meters per second, which is on the slow side when compared to most of the other rifles. The recoil is again pretty average as well, matching the stats of almost every other sniper available to you. So far on paper this sniper doesn't sound very impressive, but there's one stat that I've left out, and that is the rate of fire. It fires at 57 rounds per minute, which is one more than the Lebel and the Mosin Nagant, which also takes the Arisaka to the top spot for fastest firing rifle with a one-shot sweet spot. And the combination of these two stats is the reason why the Arisaka is climbing steadily to the top of the meta, with more and more people using it. The main reason being, and this is where I'll be comparing it to the Martini-Henry and the Vitali a bit more closely, as they are the Arisaka's main competitors, is that the Type 38 Arisaka hits 100 damage at 30 meters, meaning it has full lethality at the same range as the Martini-Henry, and only being beaten by the Vitali, which has its one-shot sweet spot at 20 meters. This all combines to make the Arisaka a close-range rifle with a fast fire rate. It boasts a fire rate that is more than double that of the Martini-Henry, and even beats the Vitali by 11 rounds per minute. It's worth noting that the sweet spot doesn't extend as far as the Martini-Henry. The Arisaka's goes to 62 meters, whereas the Martini's reaches up to 80, but with the Vitali's one shot ending at 50 meters, the Arisaka is smack bang in the middle of the two. As you'll all probably know by now, the Martini has the highest damage of all the scout rifles, which means when you do hit the target, there is a higher chance of you picking up the kill. The faster fire rate and higher minimum damage of the Arisaka, though, does balance this out somewhat. All of this adds up to the Arisaka sitting in the middle of the Vitali and Martini stats-wise, in particular with overall damage and the one-hit kill range, but with a larger 5-round clip, a faster fire rate, and the muzzle velocity sitting at almost double the other two rifles. This allows much more room for error when you're using it. Much like the SMLE with its 10-round clip, the Arisaka is a far more forgiving rifle to use. The effective range allows you to get close to your opponents with a high chance of killing them outright, and even outside of the 100% damage range, the large magazine and higher rate of fire allows you to challenge with relative ease there too. It obviously won't have the same effectiveness at range as the rifles with a longer range sweet spot like the M1903 and Gewehr 98, but this shouldn't stop you from taking shots at distance anyway, as you can still bag kills if you take the time to line your shots up. The infantry rifles are obviously more dominant at closer ranges, and this is where I like to use the Arisaka. You can still get stuck in with the action and play the objective whilst maintaining the ability to pick people off from distance when required. And this is all without mentioning how satisfying it is to use. I mean, it's hard to beat the sheer brutality of the Martini-Henry, but the Arisaka just feels really good to use. It's very satisfying to pick up kills with, and if you've used the infantry scout rifles before, you shouldn't have any problems transferring your skills over to this one. I personally think it's a very good addition to the game, especially considering the recent auto-rotation nerf that has leveled the playing field somewhat for this type of sniper rifle. It's a welcome change to the overused Martini-Henry, and it's a really strong competitor against it, and I personally had a really good time using it. Overall, it doesn't require a highly skilled player to do well with, but this weapon can really dominate in the right hands, so it'll be interesting to see how popular it becomes. But this is just what I think. What do you make of the Type 38 Arisaka? Let me know in the comments below. So if you had a good time, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button too. Feel free to share this video with whoever and wherever you like. And until next time, that's Dame Over. Peace.